Hey guys, it's Shadow the Rat, and for today's video, I'm going to be continuing my Meet My Rat series, which is basically a series where I put an individual highlight on each of my rats, and in today's video, we're going to be focusing on my rat Egg. So Egg's story is a little bit interesting. Basically, she comes from someone's feeder litter. They bought a feeder rat for its intended purpose, and on the first night home, that feeder rat ended up having babies. So after seeing this, they didn't want to feed off the mom and babies, so they decided to raise them and give them away as pets. And I was contacted when they were about, I want to say 2 weeks old, and I got to basically see them grow up, and I offered to take in 2 of the females once they were old enough. So once they got to 6 weeks of age, I went to their house and I picked out 2 of the babies from the baby girl pile. I say pile, but they were 6 weeks old, so they were definitely not in a pile. They were running around like crazy. Now, at the time, all the rats in that litter looked identical. I mean, they were all pink-eyed whites, and they were all pretty much the same size. So I basically tried to pick the most confident ones, but they were all kind of skittish, so it was kind of hard to guess which ones were confident and which ones weren't. So I just kind of pulled 2 babies randomly and took them home. So once I got home, I decided to name them Egg and Omelet. I've always wanted to name a pink-eyed white rat Egg, so that was kind of what I did. And then, of course, for Egg's sister, I wanted a pair name that fit the food theme, so I went with Omelet. And because both girls were pretty skittish and looked exactly the same at first, I went ahead and actually marked their tails with some food dyes. This is completely safe and a very common way for people to distinguish identical rats. So one of them was blue and one of them was green. I should note that I only marked the tail because the tail is the part of the rat that they groom the least, so it tends to retain the food coloring the longest. So I just colored their tails, and I could tell them apart by the color of their tail, until suddenly at 9 weeks old, Omelet ended up developing Himalayan markings, and so after that I didn't need to dye them anymore to tell them apart. But as far as Egg goes specifically, Egg stayed pink-eyed white. She is a true albino rat, which really doesn't impact anything. I see a lot of people a little wary about taking home albino rats, and I've had a lot of them. And I can tell you they are no different than any other rat out there. Any rats with pink eyes, albino or not, are going to have worse vision than black-eyed rats, but it really doesn't affect them. They have had that sort of vision since they were born, so they are very used to it and they can get around no problem. As far as Egg's personality goes, she's more confident than Omelet when it comes to people, but she's more wary of new environments, and she's also more chill with new rats. Omelet can be a little bit of a turd to new rats, whereas Egg tends to be pretty chill with them. Egg is a very food-driven rat. I mean, extremely food-driven. I think she might be my most food-driven rat ever. And because of that, it was a lot easier to win her trust compared to her sister, because Egg just wanted to be wherever the good food was, so it was pretty easy to make myself where the good food was and kind of win her over to my side. It was never too hard to handle Egg, even though she was pretty skittish. She was pretty easy to pick up, and she didn't really tend to skitter away. She didn't really like handling, though. You could tell because she would freeze up and feel all tense. And she really wasn't a fan until she hit, I want to say, maybe 9 months of age. She's now nearly 2 years old, and she is very easy to handle now, and she does not tense up. She just fully relaxes. So it was definitely something that developed with time. But I really love Egg because she is so sweet. She likes to come and just sit and groom you. Like, she will lick you for like 30 minutes straight. It's crazy. She is my only rat that is that obsessed with grooming. And she's also just a really chill rat. Like, she likes to come and sit under your blanket and then just curl up there and take a nap. She will nap so much free range away. It's crazy to me. And she's been doing this since she was like 6 months old, so this is not a new behavior for her. She's always been a pretty lazy little rat, with the exception of the wheel, which she really loves. She has always loved the wheel, and she continues to love it now, and training. She loves to train, she is so quick to pick up new tricks, and she especially loves the food part of training, so she is more than happy to do anything for a treat, which means that training is really fun for her. And in addition to that, training has helped to build her confidence some in new environments and new areas, so she's gotten a lot better there as well, and I also think that her age has helped her gain a lot of confidence too. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about Egg, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!